Yes, now everything fine. Your time starts now. It is 1:35. You will get 15 minutes time. It means by 50 you have to complete.
Good afternoon, all respected examiners from the department. I'm in response, and with your permission, I would like to proceed ahead with my presentation. My topic is effective marketing strategy in students enrollment, a survey of private schools in Lamkisa municipality. So this is the very first chapter, that's introduction, and which incorporates a background, problem statement, purpose statement, research questions, hypothesis, rationale of the study, and terminates with delimitation. So I would like to initiate the first chapter for that. So I mean to say the background of the study. As we know, in our Nepalese context, there is rising demand for quality education. Hence, there are so many schools established across the nation, and in my municipality also there are so many schools, and they are doing their level best to be differentiated from each other. I mean to say, to maintain the quality, they are trying, in fact, bending over backwards by implementing different, promotional activities. Actually, some of the schools are well established financially, and they have got sufficient number of students, and they are able to align the school services with students' need. However, there are many students who are struggling financially, and they are suffering from different operational issues, and they need marketing strategies to boost the students' number and maintain the financial stability. So I assume that there is need for effective marketing strategies for students' enrollment, which supports finally the school's sustainability. Moving towards the problem statement, there are 13 private schools in Lamkisa municipality, and 3 are financially sound with a good number of students, and rest are struggling for student enrollment. As there is disparity in enrollment patterns and financial instability due to low enrollment in higher grades, I mean to say that for class 9 and 10, affecting the operational viability. Now, moving towards the purpose, the purposes are to identify the most commonly used promotional strategies by private schools in Lamkisa municipality and assess the effectiveness of physical evidence and promotional strategies in influencing student enrollment decisions. Now, my research questions are: what kind of marketing strategies do private schools use, and what challenges do they face in increasing enrollment? The hypothesis is there is a statistically significant relationship between marketing strategies and student enrollment. Moreover, here marketing strategy incorporates only 2 components: they are physical facilities and promotional activities. Why my research is vital and significant? Because it addresses low enrollment through the contextual marketing strategies, and it adds some practical insights for school administrators and local policymakers. Likewise, this study has only 2 components of 70-page marketing mix, and that will study only promotional tools and physical evidence. So moving towards the chapter 2, which is regarding literature review, and it will incorporate different reviews such as thematic review, empirical review, theoretical review, policy review, also research gap and conceptual framework. Now let's talk about thematic review. As my study revolves around this marketing strategy and enrollment, I have included theme describing terms such as marketing strategy, traditional marketing, digital marketing, promotional tools, and physical evidence. Talking about empirical review, I went through the articles written by Pokhrel et al. 2016, Khan 2010, Noel 2023, and Lingnan 2024, and they have collectively opined that there is significant relationship between the marketing strategies and students' enrollment. However, there is contradictory opinion between the Noel and Lingnan in terms of physical evidence. To adopt regarding theoretical framework, I have adopted 7PS marketing mix theory. It was founded by E. Jerome McCarthy in 1960. Later, it was expanded by Booms and Bittners and updated 7PS marketing theory in 1981, and later it was from application perspective for education sector, Kotler and Fox extended and applied 70s marketing mix in education setting in 1995. The Kotler, Philip Kotler is one of the living legends, and he is the father of modern marketing. So this 7-piece marketing mix incorporates 7 elements known as product, place, price, promotion, people, process, and physical evidence, where I will focus on promotional tools and physical evidence as independent and students' enrollment as dependent variables. Likewise, I went through the policy review. I studied Education Act, Ministry of Education, Science Technology 2019, Advertisement Regulation Act 2019, and Digital Guidelines NITC 2020, and they have collectively provided certain ethical guidelines to be followed by the private schools while doing promotional activities. Moreover, PAPSONS has also given the directives to be followed by the private schools. Very important aspect of the research study is research gap, which gives the reason behind why I am going to conduct the research. There are so many topics carried out carried out on the topic. However, they are from the abroad and also carried out in capital city, right? So I mean to say that there is lack of local level research on my topic. And in terms of another gap, I would add that Noel concluded that there is a high and positive relationship between the availability of the instruction facilities and student enrollment. However, LinkedIn revealed no statistically significant role of physical evidence and has suggested further investigation. So, my current study aims to fill contextual and empirical gaps by focusing on promotion tools and physical evidence effect on enrollment. So this is my conceptual framework. Here there are 2 dimensions of the private schools: infrastructures, facilities, and admission services. These 2 parameters must be marketed by the schools for students' enrollment. Okay, for this they adopt effective marketing strategies to attract prospective students, and hence they will be able to increase students' enrollment. So indirectly, students' enrollment has been affected by marketing approaches, which has been underpinned by the marketing theory, which is marketing mix theory. Moving ahead, I would like to go with chapter 3, which is methodology. This chapter 3 will incorporate ontology, epistemology, axiology, research paradigm, research design, study area, population sample, tools preparations and testing, data collection procedure, data analysis interpretation procedure, validity, reliability, and terminates with ethical consideration. So in terms of ontology, this study believes that reality is relative, as it believes that enrollment decisions emerge from the subjective perspectives of parents and students. Likewise, to talk about epistemology of the study, numerical survey data are collected from the questionnaires and interpreted to conclude generalizable finding. Likewise, in terms of axiology, the study will be value-free with partial subjectivity because it acknowledges the influence of respondents' mood as well. In terms of research paradigm, this study will follow the post-positivist paradigm, which is hypothesis-driven, objective, but accepts the relative reliability. So to talk about research design, this study will follow quantitative cross-sectional survey research, which aims to generalize statistical finding. Now moving towards study area, population and sample. I will select 450 students from grade 10 from different 13 private schools in my municipality. So as a sampling frame, there will be the list of class 10 students who got admission, and the list of the frame, I mean the students, will be drawn with the support of the accountant from his computer with the permissions of the principal. For sampling techniques, I will use stratified random sampling on the basis of gender, because it will provide me proportionate representative sample. Okay, for sample size I'll use Taro Yemen's formula with 10% extra considerations. There will be 234, though there will be 212 as a calculation of the formula. So for tools development and testing, I will use structured closed-ended questionnaires. The questionnaires will be based on two constructs. They are promotional tools and physical facilities. Also, the questionnaires will include Likert scales for standardizations, and they will go through the pilot test for reliability and clarity. The pilot test will be done with the support of 15 respondents from the schools. Likewise, for data collection and process, firstly, I will establish the rapport with the principal and teachers, and with informed consent from students and parents, I will collect the data using questionnaires. For data analysis and interpretation, description and statistics will be used, and inferential statistics also used for the cross-tabulation and t-test, and codings and categorizations will be made for statistical processing. Likewise, for validity, internal validity, external validity, and criteria validity will be taken into considerations. And for reliability, I will calculate the Cronbach's alpha and measure its internal consistency. It is assumed that if Cronbach's alpha is greater than 0.07, then it is reliable. At last, not the least, ethical considerations. For this, I will follow the Kathmandu University's ethical consideration guidelines, and I will also take informed consent from the students and parents. There will be confidentiality and anonymity, and there will be voluntary participation, no bias. It will be formal and polite in terms of research behavior and language. So these are my references, and I would like to wrap it up. Thank you so much for listening to me, and I expect the constructive feedback from your side. That's all. Thank you.
Shashi, you are muted. Oh, okay. Thank you very much for timely completion, Minraj Pandaji. Now I would like to invite Professor Dhanapati Subedi sir for the first chapter in 4 minutes.
Okay, thank you. 4 minutes is sufficient enough. Okay, Min sir. Okay, thank you for arriving to this stage. You presented well, no doubt. We understood your intention of doing this research, and the proposal is well written, no doubt. My part is introduction. Okay, I will be starting from your chapter overview. Before chapter overview, let's have a look table of content. Okay, font size is not matched. Be very careful to finalize it. And in chapter overview, one sentence that you have written, this introductory section of the study. No, this introductory chapter, right? Chapter, not, this is not section, okay? So you are giving overview of the chapter, therefore write chapter there. And in page number 5,
Where, sir? Where? Pardon, please.
Well, okay. You will get recorded one. Page number 5, all paragraph is bold. Please unbold that. Now let's come to the topic that you have chosen.
Sorry, here are no bolds, sir. Excuse me, sir. These all are in normal size. Okay. I mean, I think there is a problem in download.
Okay.
Maybe.
Listen to the content. Okay. So when I ask you to answer, then only answer. Okay. So let's come to the topic that you have chosen, marketing strategy. Okay, you talk about word of mouth referral, community reputation, academic performance were used previously, but nowadays these are not in use. They do not attract the attention of students. Therefore, we should go for digital advertising, social media engagement, branding, physical evidences that we need to showcase, personalized communication that we need to improve. So if this is the case, then your purpose should come accordingly, your problem statement should come accordingly. In your problem statement, you have not properly articulated or interrogated all these essential things that you have written in background of the study in a question form. For example, you could have written why private schools are still modeling word of mouth referral, community reputation, why they are running after academic performance. Rather, world has gone beyond these world marketing strategies, and we have come to digital advertising, social media engagement, branding, physical evidences, and improved personal communication. So in this way, you could have interrogated so many arguments, and these arguments have not yet been addressed in any research. Therefore, I just want to dig out the deeper layer of, I think I just want to identify and assess what you have written in the purpose. Accordingly, you could have landed. In your purpose, I will study, listen to me. To identify the most commonly used promotional strategy in influencing students' enrollment, number one. Number two is assess the effectiveness of physical evidence and promotional strategy in influencing student enrollment decision. So, but your research question do not correspond to the purpose sentences that you have written. For example, your research question one is what kind of marketing strategy do they use and what challenges do they face in increasing students enrollment in their school. Where is the connection of assess the effectiveness of physical evidences and promotional strategy? I think your proposal is weak in order to formulate second research question. Your hypothesis is good, but that has to be aligned with the purpose and research question. So I think you need to understand how purpose gets connected with research question, how research question gets connected with your hypothesis. This part is not properly written. Then after, in your rationale of the study, you have not yet been able to express why are you interested in this topic. Basically, what is the policy rationale, what is the practice rationale, what is the leadership rationale. So there are so many rationales that are not coming. Rather, you have written this study would give this result. We are not expecting that right now, okay? And delimitation, you have written well because all these areas that you have included. And I think you need to work on a purpose research question, and accordingly you need to reframe your let's say hypothesis. And there has to have some arguments in your problem statement. The rest of the things are fine for me, and wish you all the best. Over to you, Sesti.
Okay, sir.
Okay, thank you, sir. Regarding literature review, I would like to be quick. You need to present chapter overview at the beginning, right after the chapter.
It's missing,
please
sir.
mention the chapter overview in one paragraph. No, you will get recording and listen that and then come back, okay? So later on. So chapter overview is important. And next thing is you are marketing everywhere, marketing. Why not educational marketing? It is all about educative request you to focus on review of educational marketing, okay? So that is very much important because you are looking for the marketing strategies for the schools. What type of strategies are good for attracting many children in the school? That is the purpose of private schools every year in the beginning of academic session. Okay, so please focus on educational marketing reviews. That is very much important to align with your research agendas. Then please follow the is very much important. Hello, any problem?
Breaking up, sir. Your sound is breaking up and difficult to understand.
Difficult to understand.
Now fine, sir. Now.
Are you able to? It is okay.
Yes,
okay.
sir. Now
so
it's comprehensive.
I am focusing you. I'm requesting you to focus on the educational marketing. Okay. Not the business marketing and all. So please focus accordingly. Now am I audible? Hello.
Yes.
Yes, so I'm now switching the device so that it will be clear. So focus on educational marketing, all the places, focus on following strictly APA formatting. And also, I wonder, you are writing physical evidences, right? But I'm not convinced what you have written here in the please mute. Asu sir, yes. Okay. Thank you. And then physical evidences. You re-review because you have kept this even in your research question. Okay? Research question physical evidence highlight you need to be careful about physical evidences. What does it mean and how you are going to include that as your variable in your study. And the next thing is about the marketing mix theory, where 70 you wrote, but what is that 70 is not elaborated. You have to elaborate all the components. The seven P's. You wrote 4 P's, the product, price, and then place and promotion, but other 3 missing. So what are those? But you also need to focus one paragraph for each 7 components. Okay. So how that can align in educational marketing? You need to write that as well in elaborated form. And finally, no, not finally, the policy. So policy part is weak in your review. I can see you must maintain act number, provision number. Your act को यो policy को एक नम्बरमा यस्तो भनिएको छ र यसले हामीलाई प्राइभेट स्कुललाई तपाईको मार्केटिङ गर्ने छुट दिएको छ अथवा दिएको छैन यस्तो भनेको छ भनेर you need to mention the provision numbers है त्यो provision numbers पनि मेन्सन गरेर गर्नु होला र कन्सेप्चुअल रिभ्यूमा चाहिँ यो इन्डिपेन्डेन्ट र डिपेन्डेन्ट भेरिएबल चाहियो के तपाईले यहाँ युज गरेको मोस्ट अफ द थिंग्स आर मोर इन्डिपेन्डेन्ट पार्ट द डिपेन्डेन्ट पार्ट इज मिसिङ है यो कुरालाई ख्याल गर्नु होला त्यो त्यसो गर्यो भने दिस विल बी गुड प्रपोजल एन्ड फाइनली तपाईलाई मैले भन्नुपर्ने एउटा कुरा के छ भन्दाखेरिमा यो when you are doing quantitative research don't mix it out inferential or descriptive अघि तपाईले चाहिँ के भन्नुभयो भने क्रस टेबुलेसन गर्छु केमा भन्दा इन्फरेन्शियल क्रस टेबुलेसन इन्फरेन्शियल स्ट्याटिस्टिक्समा पर्दैन है यस्तो कुराहरु एकदम ध्यान दिनुपर्छ ल मैले यति भने ओभर टु बासु सर नेक्स्ट
Okay, thank you, sir. Min sir, welcome you in this session. Okay, yeah, you have done well. In your methodology, I have few observations. I'll try to share the input for your adding value in your proposal. Okay. Yeah, are you listening, Min sir?
Yes, sir. I'm listening to you, sir.
Okay. Yes, in your introduction, research methodology part, not necessary to write introduction yet. That is what is not necessary to it, and that is chapter opening. That's fine. And you have started your writing with ontology, epistemology. Write the philosophical foundation of research as a title at first. Okay, insert philosophical foundation
So
of
I
research.
I should remove introduction and rather write philosophical.
Yeah.
Okay.
No. At the introduction, remove and then move to your ontology. Above the ontology, you need to write the philosophical foundation of research. Just above the ontology.
Yeah.
That is the title. Okay. Are you clear now?
Yes.
Okay. And ontology. And while talking about epistemology, first of all, what is your epistemology? You need to make it clear. You have mentioned the meaning of epistemology, but what is your epistemology? You need to write that. likewise exology. In that way, you need to finalize your philosophical foundation of research. And based on your ontology, epistemology and exology, what is your paradigm in that way? You have written just post-positivism, but how post-positivism? Why post-positivism? You need to link with your ontology. Based on my ontology, in that way try to write. Yeah. In this way, try to improve your writing in your philosophical foundation. And next part, in your study area, population and sample, you have mentioned here, you can combine sampling technique and sampling frame. Your sampling technique separate heading is not necessary here. You can write the sampling, sampling technique, sampling frame, you can merge it and make a single heading. And sample size, you have calculated it by using the formula, that's fine. And you have, I have the suggestion for your data analysis and interpretation part. You have written one language. Firstly, the data will be coded, assigning number, that's fine. And then they will be categorized on the basis of their similar features. What does it mean? Sir, are you conducting qualitative study? What is the meaning of categorization in your data? Sir, are you listening to me?
I guess that, sir, there are physical facilities under the questions. I will categorize like that, I suppose.
Yes, if you are talking in that way, try to mention the category, okay? You need to mention the category. And yes, already said, sir, suggested you cross-tabulation, etc. You have discussed on the descriptive study. You have written here cross-tabulation and T-test. You need to separate it in descriptive what, and in inferential what. In that way, you need to write clearly. And visit once again. Regarding your validity and reliability, you have written well, but in your validity, you should cover content validity, construct validity, and criterion validity. You need to mention how can you manage these three things in your study. You need to modify it in your validity section. And in your reliability section, first try to talk the pilot study. Without conducting the pilot study, how can we get the data? After getting the data, you can conduct the calculate the Cronbach alpha. Yes. So write the pilot testing and calculation of Cronbach alpha, or you need to write one heading pilot testing, and then you can move ahead to calculate the Cronbach alpha.
It means between validity and reliability, I have to insert one line.
Yeah, no. You need to add one heading pilot testing, and then you move to validity and reliability.
Okay, pilot testing.
Okay, pilot testing is essential for you. Okay, other things you have done well, try to make it more meaningful once again, and everywhere one thing, I suggest one thing, while writing the methodology, you need to write what part at first, why part then, and how part. Why you need to provide justification, and how you need to write the process, how do you conduct it. In that way, try to finalize it, and it becomes a good proposal. Thank you very much, Vincent, for your effort. Wish you all the best.
Okay, sir. Thank you,
Over
sir.
to you, sir. Sister, are you around here?
Pastor, to me, didn't I? No.
Okay, thank you. Vincent, try to see the video. Okay, you can get the recording, and after getting the recording, you need to thoroughly visit the recording, and based on the input provided by in your introduction section, in your literature review section, methodology section, try to incorporate the input in your proposal and finalize it, and you need to submit it. You can get email for the deadline. Okay, thank you very much, Vincent, to do the things. Thank you. Best
Okay,
of
sir.
luck.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. Okay.
Now we move to the next presentation. Naveen Timal Sena Sara.
Oh.